So you probably can't tell by my body type, but I'm an avid surfer. I hit the waters every other weekend. Surf's up, brah. Something about the warm, salty waters of the ocean that just gets me going. One morning I was out surfing with some of my buddies and we were hitting these gnarly waves. Gnarly is a word that starts with a G that cool surfer people like myself use to describe things that are awesome. Now stay with me, you non-surfers. See, I was laying down some sick surfs on these gnarly waves when all of a sudden I saw a fin. Everybody's worst nightmare. Your reaction was actually probably the same as mine. It's probably just a dolphin. No big deal, keep surfing. Dolphins are chill. So I kept surfing. Turns out that was a bad decision. Just as I was cresting this massive wave, I felt something knock me off my board. It felt like I had just been shot in the leg. I looked down and my calf was gone. There was blood all around me in the water. My friends were screaming, I was screaming. I couldn't find my board. I couldn't see the shark, who I was certain was circling back around for a throat shot. I thought I was gonna die. I've never been so terrified in my entire life. Okay, so full disclosure, I made that story up. I don't even know how to surf. But listen, is there not anything more terrifying than the prospect of getting eaten by a shark? Like any other animal, I give myself a little bit of a shot. Like a bear, at least I'm on ground, I can stand up, I can hit him with the right hook. But a shark, I can barely swim in the deep end of a pool. How am I supposed to fight a shark in its natural habitat? And so obviously, I would never in a million years wish to get attacked by a shark. That is until this past week, when I saw this picture. This ridiculous photo got 50,000 plus likes, and it's about vegetables. No one even likes vegetables. They're gross. Who would like this picture? Now you're probably saying, Jake, why does this veggie photo make you want to get bit by a shark? That doesn't make any sense. Well, let me show you another picture of Bethany Hamilton. See, Bethany Hamilton got her arm bit off by an actual shark in an actual real-life surfing accident. And because of that, she now has 1.7 million Instagram followers and just got 50,000 likes for a picture of carrots. If all it takes to get 1.7 million followers to get your arm ripped off by a shark, then sign me up. Guys, I love me some social media. How else can you stay up to date on the latest NBA memes, the Spider-Man Far From Home spoilers, and see cats consistently make bad jumping decisions? But as you probably know, social media can also be a little bit of a shark. It seems all cute and fun and cuddly, but sometimes it can sneak up on you and drag you under. Heck, it made me so desperate to get likes that I entertained the idea of getting bit by a shark. Let's go back to that veggie photo. We forget when we look at it that living with one arm would actually be incredibly tough. But Bethany is someone who is 1,000 times tougher than I'm ever gonna be. She's still surfing and raising a kid and her husband without an arm. I can barely even open up a box of Raisin Bran Crunch in the morning with both of my hands. Here's why social media is often a shark. When we use social media, we end up comparing the worst of our lives to the best of someone else. We see all these Cancun trips and the brand new scooters and the unsupervised trips to In-N-Out or Toy Story 4, and we're like, why can't I have that? My life is super lame. I'm eating peanut butter and jelly at home and using rollerblades like a loser. I just want a scooter. When we compare ourselves to others all the time, we have this tendency to forget the things we've been blessed with. We see our friends that have the newest clothes or the hottest video game. We see them hanging with their friends, the friends that we want to be hanging out with. And instead of just simply being happy for them, we think that this kind of sucks that we don't have what they have. See, when we compare ourselves to what we see on social media, it almost always breeds discontentment. In other words, this overwhelming feeling of inadequacy, that we don't measure up and that we won't be accepted for who we are, what we look like. Now, what if God had a better plan for our lives? What if He didn't want us to spend our times measuring ourselves against other people? The Bible has a lot to say about that, this idea of comparison. In the New Testament, a letter is written to Christians talking about how they should live if they best want to pursue Jesus. It's called Hebrews, and in chapter 13, verse 5, it says, "Be content with what you have. Never will I leave you, never will I forsake you." Now, it doesn't say be content because you have stuff. It says be content because God will never leave you. Be content because you know that He has a plan for your life. He has a purpose. He has it under control. When we compare ourselves to others, we always end up losing. But when we can live in the knowledge that God will never leave us despite what we have, now we have a chance to be winners. Listen, being content is super hard. And for a lot of us, understanding that God has a plan for us is so crazy to wrap our minds around. That's why in my experience, you're gonna need some super powerful shark repellent bat spray.
Hand me down the shark repellent bat spray.
You're gonna need thankfulness spray. Okay, I get it. That's super cheesy. But seriously, the best way to start being content is to start being thankful. But what if instead of looking at social media and noticing what you don't have, you took some time to look around your house and be thankful for what God has blessed you with? A bed, some food, a church that's gnarly with a G, a coach who cares about you. You guys have been given so much. What if when we looked at other social media, we realized that it was just part of their story? What if we realized that for every picture they posted like this, man, they had a ton more pictures like this that never actually get posted? God calls us to contentment. What if we started doing our best not to fall victim to this shark of comparison and started realizing that we've been blessed and given purpose by God? I bet our attitudes would change, I bet our relationships would change, and I for sure would bet that we wouldn't think it'd be awesome to get our arm ripped off by a shark.